Hey y'all, what's going on? I'm back yet again with another video.
Yo, Percocet, Miley Percocet, Percocet, Miley Percocet.
If you can't tell by the title, like if you didn't read it, you're just like, oh, she posted. Click. You just here to be here. This video is going to be like a natural hair type video. The struggles and how to fix it. If I'm getting like dumb stupid, it's because the lighting outside. Okay, so the first problem is that you feel like your hair isn't growing, and that's a common problem for people with natural hair. They feel like their hair isn't growing, and that's just because you can't see the growth every single like time you stretch out, you do your hair and stuff. It's like, you know, compacted onto your head. So for that, I'm going to say your hair is always growing. Sometimes it's just you're not retaining the length, or you can't see the length right away. It's not that it's not growing, because if your hair wasn't growing, you would be bald-headed, baby. Period. To go back to old pictures and look at them to see the changes in your hair, the changes in your growth. And I would say every couple of months, not every month because you get discouraged, but every couple of months, do like a length check, like pull some hair down, see how long it is. Don't get discouraged. 2 is you get tired of doing your natural hair every day because you feel like it's the same thing over and over, and it's just so thick and you just don't feel like doing it. So a puff can easily be refreshed, so can a wash and go. You just, if you have a mister bottle or just a spray bottle with water in it, just spray it with a little bit of water. Don't drench it though, because then it'll shrink up more. And then like put some oil in it, some leave-in conditioner in it, and then put it right back up in the puff. So that's not like a hard thing to do if you really don't want to redo your hair completely. You can Google some natural hairstyles. Just type in like 4C natural hairstyles, easy 4C styles, natural hairstyles for medium length hair, short length hair, long length hair. Just throw in some protective styles. So you can throw in some box braids or some passion twist or something like that. You can put a sew-in in, just anything that will keep your hair so your hair isn't out, so you don't have to mess with it or do it. You just throw it in a protective style and you should be good. You get lazy on wash day. Most people think, oh, you just shampoo it, wash it out, condition it, wash it out, blow dry it, boom, you're good. But it's not that easy for a 4C specific natural hair, because if you want to take care of it properly, you have to like section it out and then
shampoo that section the next part, shampoo that, and then you wash it all out by section, then you take the sections out, wash it out like that, then you condition it, and you deep condition it, and then you leave-in conditioner or a hair mask, and then you oil it and
twist it. Yeah, it's just a lot with 4C natural hair because it's so thick and kinky. I would say like once you're doing your hair, if you feel like you're about to get lazy, just think about why you're natural in the first place. Most people go natural because they want healthy hair, and they want hair that grows in healthy and not damaged long hair. So because most people didn't go natural for no reason, if you get what I'm saying. Like most people went natural for a reason, and that's to have nice healthy hair. If your hair is always tangling, just keep your hands out your hair, because usually it's tangling because you grab your hair, you twist it, you're playing in it. And if you just keep your hands out of your hair, 9 times out of 10 it's going to stay how you put it. Be mindful with certain natural hairstyles that you do, like wash and go. Be mindful that your hair is all down, so it's going to sway and it's going to rub against your shirt or your your neck and stuff. Just be mindful that it is going to tangle if it's like, you know, doing that motion. Oh my golly, I can't get a sentence out because I can't stop loving you. Since I gotta honestly do it like they touch their hair. Oh, there's the sun. Thank you, God. Like I was saying, keep your hands out of your hair. So people mindlessly touch the hair, and you just have to remember, if you're touching your hair, just remember, oh, my arm is up, which means my hand is in my hair. So take your hand out of your hair, have something to do so that you're not touching your hair, such as wear a bonnet if you aren't going out, wear a silk scarf or a satin scarf. Do something to prevent you from touching it, because if you have a bonnet on, 9 times out of 10 when you reach up to touch your hair and you feel the bonnet, you're going to, you know, stop. Some people be having the nerve to be like, oh shoot, I got a bonnet on, and then go up under the bonnet and still be messing with their hair, and that's why they be bald headed. But anyways, just don't touch your hair, which leads to the next tip. It gets dry super fast is because you're touching your hair with your hands, those Brillo pads you call hands. Yes, your hands are usually dry at any given moment, and it's because like most people don't lotion down their hands 20 times a day or put oil on their hands 20 times a day. So usually your hands are dry at any random moment, and when you touch your hair, the oils from your hair get on your hands, so it's not in your hair anymore. You get what I'm saying? You feel like your hair is dry and you're like using an oil, but you still feel like your hair is dry. You just have to experiment with different types of oils and creams and butters. If that oil isn't working, then usually that oil isn't the one for your hair. Like it might work for Tiffany that you was talking to, but everyone's hair isn't the same. Even though it is similar in a lot of ways, it's not the same. So you just have to experiment with your hair. Get a butter and an oil and a water combination. Use that for about 2 weeks or a month. If that's working for your hair, great. Keep using that if that's working for you. If not, give it away, throw it away, use something else. You just have to find what works for your hair. Get a silk scarf or a satin scarf and a silk scarf or a satin bonnet. You can't get a cotton bonnet and a cotton scarf, because cotton, once again, will take the moisture out of your hair. And you put moisture in your hair for a reason, because you want it to be moisturized. Why get something that's going to take it out? Like some people are like, oh yes, I just need a bonnet, and they get a cotton bonnet. It's supposed to protect the hair, and that's really not protecting your hair. It's protecting your hair from rubbing against your pillow, but your hair is still rubbing against this cotton inside the bonnet or the scarf. So I say get a silk scarf as well, because when we have like braids in protective styles or a slick back or whatever, we think that we can throw on a cotton scarf just to keep it slick and laid and stuff. But you also have to think that it will also take the moisture out of your hair because it's cotton. So make sure you get a silk scarf, silk bonnet, or a satin scarf and a satin bonnet. The next thing that most 4C naturals say is that they don't like their curl pattern, and it's because we're 4C that we don't see our curls like
Where are my curls at?
but it's like we have curls, but they're just so tight, or like we brush it out or comb it out, so we can't really see them. So for that, I would say you just have to learn to love your hair. You have to learn to love your curl pattern. You can't compare your 4C hair to a 3C hair, because the 3C hair is a lot coilier and kinky. Like this is 3C hair typically, and this is 4C hair typically. As you can see, they are very, very different. You just have to learn to love your hair. One person's 4C hair may not be the same as your 4C hair or another person's 4C hair, and that's because of the different textures and high porosity or low porosity, length of their strands, the thickness of their strands, the length of their hair in general. So a person with long 4C hair, their texture might look a little different from a person with short 4C hair. That's because as your hair gets longer, it'll tend to look different than it did when it was shorter. So yeah, the thing people say is that it's a lot of work to do your hair and to wash your hair and to put your hair away and to sleep with natural hair. Yes, it's a lot of work, but like I said earlier, you just have to put the work in and remember what you're even doing this for. You want good hair, you want long hair, you want healthy hair, you want moisturized hair. Yes, it's a lot of work, but you have to put the work in. Like if you're overweight, you have to put the work in to get down to a size that you want to be. If you want longer hair, you have to put the work in. You have to moisturize your hair, you have to clip your ends, you have to make sure you're not ripping through your hair, you have to make sure you don't put too much heat in your hair. All of those things play a big factor into whether you have good hair or bad hair, damaged hair or healthy hair, long hair or short hair. Be mindful when you know you have to do your hair. Alright, so if it's the night before you have to go to school or work or something and you know you have to do your hair, prep your hair the night before you have to actually do something. And I say prep, I don't say you have to do it all, because if you do a wash and go the night before and then you go to sleep, if you're a wild sleeper, then it might mess up, you know. But it's really all up to the hairstyle that you're doing. So if you know you have to do a puff and you don't want to do it all the day of, like slick your puff how you want it and then put a scarf on. You don't necessarily have to put the band or whatever you wore onto your actual hair. But if you put a scarf on, everything will be nice and slick for you, and then all you have to do is put your band on or do your edges or whatever. Just prep your hair the night before that you know you have to actually do something, so that way you don't have to do it all the day up and you're not thinking that it's way too much work for this and I'm just about to cut my hair off and put a perm in. You know, if your edges never lay down, like if you feel like they never lay down, I use the Murray's Edge Wax, Murray's Australian Edge Wax, Edge Gel or something. I'll insert a picture here, but that's what I use. And then I use either Got to Be Glued or Gorilla Snot over it, so I do my edges with that, and then I add the Got to Be Glued, and then I wrap it up for at least an hour. Or usually I do it the night before, so that if it messes up, I can just redo that one part that I messed up and then wrap it back up. Boom, baby, we're good. So the proof is in the pudding. Simple. The last thing that I hear a lot of people complaining about that have 4C hair is that people tell them to do their hair when their hair is already done. Me, for example, I have a puff in. Someone sees me that's not used to 4C natural hair and they say, you need to do your hair. I would just say, never ever plan a lazy 4C natural hairstyle, especially if you have shorter hair. If you have like longer 4C hair, you can blow it off and then that morning you can just do a nice slick back or a nice like ponytail or something. Because you have longer hair, it's kind of easier to do it randomly other than washing your hair. It's easier to just do it randomly because you can easily put it in a ponytail. But for short hair, you can't always do that because your hair is short, so it won't stay in a ponytail. So you need all the time in the world to slick this piece and that piece and that piece together. So never plan a lazy hairstyle, and then make sure it's presentable when you actually do your hair. Don't make it look like you just rolled out of bed that morning and then went on about your day, because that's why they're telling you you need to do your hair, because it looks bad and it doesn't look like you did it. And then lastly, just tell them to mind the business that pays them, because it's none of their business whether your hair is done or not. Tell them to mind your business. Simple. So that was all of my natural hair struggles and how to fix them. It was like 8. Yes, that's all my tips and tricks and dips and lips, and I hope you guys liked it. If you did, make sure you hit that bell, like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.